I got to tell you, I should bring my phone. I think I have like over 100,000 pictures and photos and data on my phone, and that's why I love the ClickFree, and we're going to talk about why. This is the ClickFree Pro, 128 gigabytes. That is huge, friends. A universal photo and video saver with the case and 100 AI credits. We're going to talk about all what that means. All right, so your choice of the colors of gold. You also get that case as well. Here's gold. Then down below, we also have it in white. There is the blue. You're also looking at the green. There it is. And then finally, there is the lilac. All right, Brett Hamilton, come on in. I got a ClickFree as well, but talk to me about why everybody needs to have a ClickFree.
Yeah, plain and simple, Nance. This is an insurance policy for your phone. You mentioned all the thousands of pictures, hundreds. What if you have 10 pictures or you have 1,000 pictures? The memories are in your phone, and what happens if all of a sudden it doesn't turn on? Or one day it gets, I don't know, thrown into a toilet, you leave it on top of the car when you're putting the kids in, you drive away, or it just disappears. And you go, okay, well, I get a new phone and I can get the apps back, I can get the websites back, I can get the games back. What can't you get back if something happens to your phone? Your pictures, your videos, and all of the phone numbers.
Memories.
ClickFree to the rescue. Yeah, memories. Yeah, exactly. The memories,
scary.
Which is the most important part. So this little device, and I'm not going to waste a lot of time talking about it, but this will work on any device. It'll work on an Apple device, meaning a phone or a tablet, iPad. It will work on an Android phone or a tablet. It will even work on an Amazon Fire tablet, which is somewhere in between the two. You see Nancy holding it there. Each one of those tips basically goes to the same spot where you would plug in the charging cable when you go to bed at night.
Right.
Now, I've kind of put it out there for you and explained kind of what it does, but I want to show you what it does in real time. If you've never backed up your phone before and you have pictures in there and you're running out of room, how do you get them from here to there, someplace safe? This is how you do it. You go down here to where it says phone, and you hit select all, and it will run through, and stay with me here because you're seeing in real time, Nancy, it's going through and finding every picture I've never backed up before.
Wow.
Meaning if I've done a backup in the past, they're done. Okay, so there was 45 new pictures, backup complete, we're finished, and now what? Because I know a lot of you are saying, okay, well, you backed them up, but then this is a really, really high-tech thumb drive. You plug this into your computer, and all of the pictures that were in your phone are still in your phone. It's up to you to delete them.
Right.
Delete the ones you want, save the ones you want. But the most important part, Nancy, is that I now have a replica of every picture, every video, and every phone number that's in the phone right here that I can look at on my computer. Now, in all fairness, you can't see the phone numbers. They're encrypted because they're meant to be put back into another phone. But you can see every picture, and you can see every video, which means you can share them, you can save them, you can transfer them to another hard drive or another thumb drive or whatever it might be, which is pretty wild because your only other choices to back up or save your pictures would be the cloud. And we all hear about the cloud, but we don't know what the cloud is. So I pay some company a couple bucks a month.
Couple?
And then my pictures, well, exactly. I didn't want to say it,
I think it's like
but you did.
15 a month or something like that,
Depending on the amount of storage space.
Right.
But what that means is they're flying around in space. All right, now we backed up your phone, but I want to take you someplace else.
Yes, please.
And as I show you these pictures, this is when you get the sniffles. This is when you get the, oh my God, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember the old times. So we have one copy. Well, now I have less copies. We have one copy of each one of these photographs.
Yeah, the black and whites.
How do I make sure, the black and whites, the one of a kind, the ones that don't have the negatives, how do I make sure that they're safe? Well, watch this. If you take a photograph of a photograph, it looks like you took a picture of a picture.
Right.
There's glare, there's curl and all that stuff. ClickFree is smart enough to scan the photographs. Inside the app, there's a scan option. You just hover the phone camera over top of not just one, not just three.
Yeah, you could take a couple at a time. Wow.
Watch this, Nancy. We just hovered over top of 4 pictures and you go, well, that just looked, uh-oh, wait a minute. What did I just do there?
Wow.
Picture 1, picture 2. It crops them. It refines them, it cleans them up, it takes off the glare. Yeah, it does all the work for you so that you now have a perfect replica of those one-of-a-kind pictures. Here's a picture from World War II. I never even met this uncle. This is a relative that was in the war, and I never had the luxury to meet him.
God bless him for his service.
Yeah, but I have this memory. So what does this all do in the end? What this does is it gives you the chance to save everything in your phone, but also save all of those memories, along with what they call AI technology. I call it a fancy term for photo editing. It's backing up the pictures, it's backing up the videos, it's backing up the documents. And as you can see here, Nancy,
All different
every
types.
single, every one of the tips, and we don't have to define them because nobody knows what they mean anyway. But what it's doing is it's extracting and copying all of the pictures that are not only in your phone, but in those photo albums, in the boxes of pictures, but it's also making them look better. Look at what you can do with the photo editing. I don't want those two on my shot anymore, and they're gone.
AI
And I'll
photo
pay
editing?
somebody.
Wow.
Yeah. Photo editing inside there. What if I want to make a Christmas ornament out of this little guy? Look at this. Drag around him, pull him off there, put him on an ornament, change the background, put him in space, do whatever you do. But the pictures that don't look so good because they're so old can now look better than ever before. And to me, that's worth the price of admission right there, because we all know that we have pictures that we wish looked better, but they don't. So how do we make them look better? All right, I know we're out of time, but I want to show you something really cool and an example of the photo editing.
Okay.
This is Rick Dolmeyer's family. This is his parents, aunts, uncles, and stuff
Rick?
like that.
Hold on. Where's his father?
Rick hasn't happened yet. His dad is right there.
Oh.
There's a crease in this picture. There's sepia tone and all that stuff.
I love that.
I scanned this photograph and look what I did with it.
Oh my gosh.
I colorized it, and I took the crease out of the photograph and I made it look better.
Did you
than
make
it could have
10
been.
copies so then he can share it with the rest of the whole family? That's what we're talking about, right?
That's the point. There's a digital photograph that he can send to everybody in the family.
And 128 gigs, Brett, is a lot of space, right?
Massive amount. Tens of thousands of pictures and videos. You'll never fill up 128 gig flash drive.
It's one of the biggest. Okay, so we have it in gold. We also have it in white. There's green, blue, and lilac on a sale price. That's a $235 value because it's 128 gigs. That's a lot of space. Thank you so much, Brett. And it's all about the memories and the backup.
It is.
Oh, I've lost photos before, so I hear what you mean.